Alright guys, so I'm just making this video just because of the whole Call of Duty Battlefield thing on which one's the better game, but I think the question is which one's a better game for who, right? Now, I'm just gonna come straight out and say I think Call of Duty is more noob friendly. Now, I play Call of Duty, I don't hate the game, but I think it's more noob friendly, and if I feel for playing against noobs because I want to win and, kind of just kill people, I play Call of Duty because one, Call of Duty have a heavy aim assist. I mean, as soon as you play Battlefield, play Crisis, any other game, Team Fortress if you have it on the bf3, you see the Call of Duty, the aim assist is heavy. I mean, they baby you all the way. I mean, so, when I want to go against noobs, I go Call of Duty. I'm able to kill them because that aim assist is just so helpful. I mean, I don't even have to aim at people, right? So, I mean, in Call of Duty, it's a lot easier to aim. Whereas when you're playing Battlefield, that aim assist is gone. So, I mean, at that point, I have to rely on skills. You're going to see a lot of Call of Duty players come out and be like, oh, I don't like Battlefield. The controls are horrible. Obviously, the controls are horrible to you. I mean, you're not good at controlling. You're a noob. So, how are you supposed to aim without aim assist? Obviously, the controls are difficult for you, right? So, I mean, to me, when I play Battlefield and I go back to Call of Duty, the controls, it feels so tight because I don't even have to aim at people. The game just aims at people for me. So, I mean, if I'm a noob, obviously I'm going to enjoy Modern Warfare over Battlefield, right? Another thing is that on Battlefield, the maps are bigger. There's more places that people can shoot you from. So, I mean, if you're playing Call of Duty and let's say, you're a noob, you're playing Call of Duty, and you're looking around, there's only so many places they could come from. And to a noob, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's easy to understand. There's only so many places they could come from. Apart from people spawning behind you, which is, a problem with the game. But either way, if you're running and you're looking forward, there's only so many places you could look, or so many places you have to look. In Battlefield, the maps are a lot bigger. There's more buildings. There's more things. There's just more space. So, I mean, when you're running somewhere, you got to be a lot smarter. You got to think about where you're running. You got to be able to predict where's the enemy gonna be. Okay, the base is over here. If somebody's over on this side, are they most likely to be a medic, or are they most likely to be a sniper? Like, who do I gotta watch out for? Like, why would an assault stay up there? Why would a medic stay up there? If it's a sniper, what are his chances of getting one shot on me, especially with the bullet physics and all of that stuff? If I'm running, it's a lot harder for him to snipe me. So I might risk running somewhere that I know a sniper might be, but if I might not risk running somewhere I know an assault might be, or an engineer, or if there's tanks on the map and I'm close to the tank, I gotta know that an engineer might be trying to shoot at the tank, so maybe I won't stand on this side and I'll stand on the other side when I'm trying to repair it. You know what I mean? Things like that. In Battlefield, there's a lot more space that you have to look before you do something. Or there's a lot more space that you have to think about before you do something, or else you're going to end up being a noob and you're going to end up dying a lot and you're not going to like the game. So, I mean, Call of Duty is definitely a lot more noob friendly. The aim assist, smaller map. Another thing, with the maps being smaller in Call of Duty, you don't really have to think about, I see it all the time. People, they throw random grenades and they're like, yeah, started the match, yeah, got 5 kills, throw a random grenade, because the maps are so small that you could do stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, like, if you do something like that, it's not like I'm going to be like, wow, this guy's so good at Call of Duty. I'm going to be like, wow, you're lucky, you're a noob. If that's the only way you get your kills, then you're a noob, for one. And two, like, yeah, you definitely got lucky, but yes, the maps are small, you throw it and you got some kills. In Battlefield, it's not like that. You throw a grenade, the chances of you landing on somebody is very small. Especially at the beginning of the match, the chance of you land on somebody is never, impossible, it'll never happen. Right? Because, I mean, you start off at a distance where you can't even throw a grenade at somebody. You're going to have to run into battle, look where the enemies are. If you see them bunching up somewhere, throw a grenade there. If not, save your grenade, because you're going to throw it and you're going to waste it, and then you're not going to have it later on, right? So, I mean, Battlefield, you definitely got to think before you jump. Call of Duty, you jump and then you think. I mean, if you get a kill, you get a kill, whatever, right? So, that's another reason why, as a noob playing, I mean, it's easier to, spam rockets, spam grenades, and you might just get a kill, and you might not end up 0 in 10 or 0 in 17 because you got some noob tubes, you got a couple of this. Now, Another thing, in Battlefield now, there's a lot of vehicles, right? And all these vehicles, you gotta learn how to control them if you want to be diverse on the battlefield, you know what I mean? There's been times where, I'm, outside of a tank shooting people, and, somebody jumps out of the tank that's beside me, and then he gets shot, and if I leave the tank there, they're gonna take the tank and start shooting against me. So I jump into the tank, and I reverse and start shooting at them. If I'm a noob, I'm not gonna learn all. I'm guessing here that for a noob, it's easier to learn one controls. You run and shoot, run and shoot, run and shoot. Yeah, I got it. Somebody who's not a noob and who, they're able to, multitask and like do stuff such as in the tanks to be able to drive forward while looking sideways. You know what I mean? Like, to a noob, that's confusing. You know what I mean? So obviously a noob wouldn't do as good. A noob would be like, oh crap, they're coming. He'll probably try to run away, and they're gonna be like, thanks for leaving me the tank, idiot. They're gonna take the tank, then they're gonna blow you up, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I'm such a noob. And that's just what happens to a noob. So a noob playing Battlefield, they're not gonna like that. They're gonna be like, oh man, this game sucks, I hate this, blah blah blah, right? Another thing is that Call of Duty, they have a younger age group. Now, I don't give a crap what anybody said. There's an article, just Google it, 13-year-olds don't like Battlefield, right? Call of Duty, they have a younger age group, right? So I'm not even gonna argue with nobody on that. Like, if you don't believe that, then you're either ignorant, you didn't Google it, or you don't play it that much, or you're just plain stupid. So I'm not even gonna argue that. Now, for me, I like playing Modern Warfare because I know I'm mostly playing against kids, and I know I could go in there and I could, get some kill streaks. I could do it real nice because it's children. Obviously, I could do better than them. That's why most people that you meet who are, older, they tend to be like, oh yeah, I'm so good in Modern Warfare. Oh, me too, me too, me too. Well, you know what? In order for everybody to be good, somebody has to be bad. And you know who are bad? The kids you're playing against. You know what I mean? With the average age being 14, I'm not surprised that, you're 20 plus and you're doing good in a game playing against a lot of 14-year-olds, right? I enjoy killing the 14-year-olds. I enjoy getting my kill streaks. I enjoy laughing at them after the match. You know what I mean? But, if I want to get serious, if I want to feel good winning a match, like real nice, I play some Battlefield. So I tend to play Battlefield more. It's a more mature game. The average age being in the 23. So I mean, Battlefield is a lot more mature. You're playing against real people more on your level. You're not playing against kids. So I mean, if I want to play against kids, sometimes I go to Modern Warfare. If I want to get a more serious game, I go to Battlefield, right? Now, another thing about Battlefield require you, a lot of people say Battlefield is not as action paced, right? Now my question here is, what stops Battlefield from being action paced? Because I think we all know that Battlefield has action. I don't think the game is boring. So what stops Battlefield from having action? Now, if you're dying a lot, you won't have action because you're gonna have to wait at that screen for 5 seconds because you died. So you're not gonna have action. If you camp at the back, you're not really in the battle helping out the team, then you're not gonna get action. If your teammates are stupid and they're staying at the back, so every time you die, you gotta respawn at the back, then you gotta run to the front lines again, then the game's gonna be slow paced again. Or if you're camping at the back, or if you're not on a squad, if you're not in a team, then every time you die, you gotta start at the beginning again. So also, or not at the beginning, but at the last base you were at. So that also makes it slow paced. Now, dying a lot, camping at the back, not going into the action, teammates camping at the back, not staying on the front line fighting, those are all things that are newbie, and if you're a noob, the game will be slow paced. So if you're playing the game and you're like, wow, it seems really slow paced, it's probably because you're being a noob.